the courtroom of Judge Lynn Thomas, who is about to announce the sentence of convicted murderer Cheek Reese. 3 days ago, Miss Reese was found guilty of the brutal strangulation murder of Marcy Regan, a young high school student, for $5 and a Starbucks gift card. The Regan family is now in the courtroom. Mrs. Regan's face shows the strain of weeks of listening to the gruesome details of her daughter's horrific death at the hands of what some are calling a heartless beast with no sign of remorse. Even though the verdict is guilty, the family shows no relief. Their loss is too great for celebration. The defendant is now in the courtroom. Her facial expression is blank, but her eyes have a dark, defiant stare that chills you to the bone. Judge Lynn Thomas is now in the courtroom. I'll be back once the court has adjourned. Gary Heath, sending it back to the studio.
Court is in session. The jury has found the defendant, Cheek Reese, guilty of second-degree murder in the death of Marcy Regan. We are here today to issue the sentence. Before the court announces the length of incarceration, the family has requested time to address the defendant. Mrs. Regan, you may read your statement.
Thank you, Judge Thomas. It is extremely difficult for me to be here, but I do have something to say. A part of me died the day you killed my precious, precious daughter. There will be no more good morning hugs or goodbye, Mom, I love you, as she rushes out the door. You may have taken these moments from me, but you can never take her memory. I can't imagine what could have happened in your past to make you take a person's life. My Marcy's life. My Marcy! And for what? $5 and a Starbucks gift card? It makes no sense. No sense at all. I'm sorry, I can't go on.
Thank you, Mrs. Regan. Now we will hear from the victim's sister.
My name is Whitney Regan. Judge Thomas, thank you for this opportunity to address the court. Cheek Reese, I can't see you, but I can feel the chill in your soul. I won't tell you how your killing my sister affected me. You wouldn't care anyway. Once we leave this room, you will be forgotten. We won't speak your name. We'll erase any thought of you from our memories. We will only speak of Marcy and what a wonderful human being she was. But before the judge imposes the court's punishment, I am going to issue my own sentence. I sentence you to see the image of my sister's face in your hands. I want your hands to be the constant reminder of the horror you saw on Marcy's face as you squeezed the life out of her. I want this image in your mind every minute of every day for as long as you live.
Thank you. Now the defendant will receive her sentence. A jury of your peers has unanimously found you guilty. Before sentencing, do you have anything to say to the family?
I'm sorry. I got caught.
I'll have no disrespect in my courtroom. Your senseless act of evil will haunt this family and our community forever. Cheek Reese, you are hereby sentenced to 30 years. You'll serve at the beginning of your sentence in juvenile hall until you turn 18, after which you'll be moved to state penitentiary, serve out the rest of your term, or until you are paroled. Court is adjourned.
We're going live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
We're back live in the courtroom where Cheek Reese has just been sentenced to 30 years, a fitting verdict for what the judge called a senseless act of evil. I'm going to talk to the family now to get their reaction. Excuse me, Gary Heath of Channel 10 News. I would like to ask you a few questions. First, were you pleased with the verdict?
The court has issued a guilty verdict, and for that we are relieved. But my sister will forever be dead. I can never forget what has been taken from me. When I was 5 years old, I started to lose my eyesight. My sister was always there for me. We did everything together. Marcy made my life as normal as possible. She made sure I experienced living not as a disabled person, but as a curious young girl. When I couldn't read anymore, she read to me. When I couldn't see the movie screen, she described the action in vivid, descriptive detail so that I could actually see in my mind each scene. When that monster killed my sister, I lost my eyesight for a second time. My family is pleased with the verdict. We would now like to go home.
One more question. Would you please clarify the meaning behind your prisoner's hands comment?
I just want her to see in her hands the image of my sister's face looking back at her. Not just for a brief moment, but every minute of every day for the rest of her life. There are no words that could have any lasting impression on a murderer. So every time she looks to her hands, she sees the haunting image of my sister's face as she gasped for her last breath. Every time she looks to her hands, she feels the pain my sister felt as the life was being taken from her. This is the memory of my sister I don't want her to ever forget.
Whitney, I'd like to go home.
I have to go.
One more question.
Excuse me.
Will you ever be able to forgive Cheek Reese?
Forgive? Forgive her for what she did? There is no forgiveness in my heart. I can't believe you even asked that question.
Cheek Reese was found guilty of second-degree murder and given 2 sentences. The first, she will have to spend 30 years behind bars, and the second being the sister's bizarre sentence of seeing the victim's image in the prisoner's hands. I think I've heard everything. That wraps it up from the courthouse. Gary Heath, reporting.
We're clear.
I thought that went well.
Yeah, you done good. Oh no! Oh no, no, no!
What? What's the matter?
I just saw your face in my hands.
Oh, you.
Let's keep it moving, ladies. Step to the spot on the floor in front of the height chart. Face front. Hold it. Turn to your right. Hold it right there. Next. Let's go, next. Don't be shy. What's the matter? Do you miss your mommy? Give me a big smile. Turn to your right. Next. Move on.
Be sure to get my good side.
You sit on your good side. Step to the spot on the floor. Turn to your right. Turn to your other right. Next.
I'd like a 5x7 and 10 wallet size to send to my friends.
Zip it up and keep moving. Next. Oh, what's the matter? Are we having a bad day? Hold it. Turn to your right. Move on. Time to get your uniforms, ladies.
Do you have any uniforms in my size? They seem to be a little large.
One size fits all, sister. If you have any complaints, take it up with the warden.
Well, I'd like to meet him.
I'll make an appointment for you. To have tea tomorrow. Does 3 o'clock fit into your schedule?
3 o'clock would be fine, but only for a half hour. I have a hair appointment at 4. Get back to me, will ya?
Oh, I know where to find ya. Wise guy.
My name is Kim O'Brien, and I'm going to be your group counselor. We are here today to talk to you about your transition to life here at the Northern State Correctional Juvenile Facility. Officer Kelly's going to be going over the rules of conduct.
You each have a copy of the Disciplinary Procedures Code of Conduct in your rooms. All of the rules of this institution are included in that booklet. Read it. I'm going to go over some of them now. First, walk in a single file line on the right side of the hallway with your left arm behind your back. There will be no talking, no visiting, in any other cell at any time. Your bed must be made and cell cleaned daily, no exceptions. Sleeping nude will not be allowed.
What?
Did you say something, Runt?
Sorry. Go on.
There will be an 8-minute limit on phone calls. You may not possess any contraband. That is, you may not have anything not issued to you by the institution. No tobacco products of any kind. If you are given an order by an officer or a staff member and you think it is unjust or wrong, obey the order immediately and then state your objection to your counselor in writing. Read the booklet. There is no excuse for not knowing the rules. Work assignments will now be issued. Sammy, you look like you'd be a groundskeeper.
Wow, thanks.
Gladys, you're on mop duty. Billy, you'll work in the laundry.
Laundry? I hate laundry. My fingers will get all wrinkly.
Sorry. What was I thinking? Here.
Latrine duty?
That's pronounced latrine.
What's that?
That means you clean toilets.
Oh, man, latrine?
Don't get your fingers all wrinkly.
Peak dishwasher.
Thank you, Officer Kelly. My job is to provide you with a support group, not a therapy group. Each of you is encouraged to participate to whatever extent you feel comfortable. We must remember that what is said in these groups must not be discussed at any other time or place. Each of you will share something about yourself. Family history, what you're in for, the normal stuff. Who would like to go first?
Oh, me. I'd like to start. Hi, I'm Billy, and I'm in for attempted murder. I grew up in Harbor Gateway, North Los Angeles. The neighborhood had the highest crime rate in the area. The only way to survive was to steal or sell drugs. Me? I started when I was 10. But eventually, I got caught. And voila, here I am.
Made you who you are today.
Yeah, a strung-out murdering convict.
Hey, that's attempted murder. Get it right.
Sorry.
Thank you, Billy. Gladys, you're next.
Go on, Happy Butt.
What did you just call me?
You know, Gladys, Gladass, Happy Butt.
Happy butt.
Tammy, I'd like you to apologize to Gladys.
Gladys, I'm sorry. You're a happy butt.
All of you stop right now.
Nah, that's okay. I don't mind. We all got nicknames for each other. Like I'm calling Billy Zitface.
Hey.
I'd like to move on. Gladys, please continue.
I grew up in Chicago, near Cabrini Green. What changed my life was something that happened to a friend of mine.
Go on.
One day, on her way home from school, she was kidnapped, beaten, raped, and left for dead right in the stairwell of our housing project. She was only 9 years old. It was in all the papers. They called her Girl X. To this day, she still can't talk about it. I swore from that day on I would never put myself in a position where I couldn't defend myself. I wasn't going to let that happen to me, so here I am.
Hey, that reminds me of this time when I was...
Our time is short. We have to move on. Sammy, you're next.
Sammy.
Knock it off. I'm just trying to do my time. I don't know who I am. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. Cheek, what do you have to share with us today?
I don't blame her for not talking to you. Done nothing but I want to do my whole life. Can't trust nobody. Hang around some people you think are in your corner, But they ain't in your corner. Just soon stab you in the back. But I'm not ready to die yet.
Yeah, Sammy! Woo!
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I'm sure you'd like to get back to your rooms before lunch, so this group meets again in 3 weeks. If you need to talk to me, just make an appointment.
Time to go, ladies.
What's the holdup? Come on, I have to get you all moved to your cell before lunch. Let's move it. All right, here you are. Suite number 409. Make yourself at home.
Bruno. You look like a Bruno. You sound like one too. Hey, thanks for escorting me to my apartment. I'd like to give you a tip.
My tip to you is to follow the rules and keep your mouth shut.
Thanks for the advice. What do I have to do to get some room service around here?
Just ring the little bell and I'll come running.
My name's Billy. What's yours? What are you in for? I shot my boyfriend accidentally 6 times. I didn't kill him, just gave him a couple holes in the stomach, in the arm, and the leg. He wasn't very happy. He won't talk to me anymore. Go figure, right? Anyway, how much time did you get? I got 8 to 10 years. I'll be out when I'm 27. Hey, do you want to know a secret? For the past 2 years, I've been saving and collecting my earwax. Want to see? Oh well, I'll show you later. I'm hungry. When do we eat? I hope their food's eatable. I'm lactose intolerant. Do you have any food issues? Look at the size of this shirt. There's room in here for an elephant. Not really my style. What do you think? Ow! That hurt!
I don't care what you eat, wear, or think. I just want to be left alone. Just shut up!
I just like to talk. I've been that way forever. At least since I was 3. My old lady thought I had the gift of gab. Said I was just like her mother. I've tried to stop, but I just can't do it.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Guard! Bruno!
What's going on in here?
Bruno, she's an animal. She tried to kill me. You gotta get me out of here. I want another room.
Right. I'll get right on that.
What's your problem? I'm just trying to make conversation. Fine. If you want me to stop talking, I'll stop talking. I've no trouble with that. You can stay on your side of the room, and I'll stay on mine. There I go again. I just can't stop talking.
All right, time for chow. Line up single file and march to the lunchroom.
Great. Get me out of here.
Time's running out. Let's eat, ladies.
What is this crap? Tastes like leftover cardboard and cow dung.
You have 20 minutes to eat. Let's go. No talking. Just eat and get out.
No talking? You've got to be kidding. That's like asking the Pope not to pray.
She said, shut up.
Sorry. Hey, Cheek. You're not gonna eat that croissant, are you? Hey, what do you think you're doing? That's mine.
She didn't want it, so it's mine. What are you gonna do about it?
I'll show you what I'm gonna do about it.
Ugh,
What's going on in here?
that little weasel, Cheek, took Sammy's croissant, and I'm just trying to help her get it back.
I did not.
Yes, you did. You calling us liars?
I won't do it again.
Good.
Here, hope you're happy.
I am. Hey, Cheek, wanna play some ball?
Stop it.
Slow reflexes.
Butterfingers.
Here, Sammy. Try her again.
Little antisocial, aren't you, Cheek? Sometimes a charm.
You are really weird. Come on, guys, let's go. We got 15 minutes till bed check.
What's with the socks? Are you cold? I get chilled as soon as the sun goes down. Sometimes I even get goosebumps for no reason. In the winter, my pointer finger gets really cold from the second knuckle up to the tip. Go figure.
Lockup time. Lights out.
Good night, losers.
Good night, happy butts.
Sammy, 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 Sammy.
Good night, cockroaches.
And Zit Face.
Careful, don't get murdered in your sleep tonight.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Shut up down there and go to sleep.
Rise and shine, my little darlings. You don't want to miss breakfast now, do ya?
Hey, Cheek, what's up with the socks? You cold? Hey, Gladys, see the latest prison fashion statement? Sock mittens.
Very chic. Look, I can make a fashion statement too. I'm the prison boogeyman.
Very scary chic.
Cheek, Reese, Counselor O'Brien wants to see you.
You mean the sock man from Alcatraz? Be sure to tell the counselor why you wear socks on your hands.
I've barely heard her say a word.
She hears voices too.
Please leave me alone.
The creature speaks.
I don't believe it.
I hear her talk to herself all the time. Late at night, when we're asleep, I hear her crying.
Billy, I'm warning you. Keep your comments to yourself.
She'll curl up in a little ball and then cover herself in a blanket to muffle the sound. Then she cries like a little girl.
Billy, that's it. Time for a vacation. Bruno, help me escort Billy to solitary.
No, I'll stop. Don't take me out. Come on.
Too late.
She ain't done nothing wrong.
Yeah, leave her alone.
Do you two want to be next?
Fine, I'll go. But I have rights too, you know, and keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah. Pfft, wise guy.
Cheek, come in. Thank you for coming to see me. I called you here today to talk to you concerning reports of your unusual behavior. Why don't you start from the beginning? How did you end up here?
My parents were the happiest couple in town. They were called Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Every night they'd go to their favorite bar and get blasted and sing and dance their way home. I can't tell you how many brothers and sisters I had. My mother didn't even know. I heard her tell a social worker once that I think I had more boys than girls, and as soon as she would pop them out, social services were there to take them away. My mother was a little deficient in her mothering skills. She knew enough to heat the water for our baths, but when I was a baby, she forgot one important thing. Don't place a baby in the water pot while it's still on the hot stove. To this day, I still have the mark from the hot water in the metal pot. That's how I got the scar in my cheek. When I was old enough, I was told to spend the winter with Uncle Bob to cook, clean, and be nice to him. In the spring, my dad got really mad at me because I got knocked up. But he wasn't mad at me because I got pregnant, but because the baby died and he had to buy a coffin and a cemetery plot. After that, I just walked out the door and kept walking. I never looked back. Instead of waiting for things to come to me, I just started taking. Whatever I wanted, I would take. Don't get in my way or try to stop me.
Cheek, do you want to talk about why you wear socks on your hands?
Please. Please help me. I want to be able to use my hands. But this face keeps appearing whenever I look at my hands. I can't take it anymore. I can't live like this.
Cheek, there's someone here that would like to talk to you.
Get her out of here. She made my life hell. I have nothing to say to her.
I'll only take a few minutes of your time.
I want to go back to my cell.
Please listen to me. The other night, I found myself alone, sitting on the front porch. Something my sister and I would always do before going to bed.
I don't have to listen to this crap.
Yes, you do. You have to listen to me for 5 minutes, then I will be out of your life forever. In the past, when Marcy and I would sit on our front porch, she would describe what was happening in the neighborhood. This last evening, it had been raining. The raindrops were pattering, and it was nice. I heard some laughter and footsteps as some people passed by, and then I felt the presence of my sister. I felt her sitting on the bench next to me. It's because of her that I can see the details of my surroundings so clearly. But now, I think about her face and the horror sets in. Her face was the last thing I saw before my eyesight was taken from me. The memory of that bright, smiling face was always my last wonderful vision of my sister. That is, until I sentenced you to seeing her agonizing expression as you choked the life out of her. I not only sentenced you, but I sentenced myself too. I'm here to correct that. Something that could hurt us forever needs to be removed.
I want to go back to my cell.
Please, put your hands out.
What?
Kim told me about the socks. I want you to take them off. Please.
Yes, trust her. It's time.
Now, look at me. This is the face I want you to remember. Marcy and I were twins.
Thank you.
I'm ready to go.
Whitney? Wait. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.